Today, let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible ways God has used women powerfully throughout history. From the earliest days of the church to the present, women have played vital roles in God's story, shaping families, communities, and even nations through their faith, courage, and obedience. And the amazing thing is, He's still doing it now. All around the world, women are stepping up to serve, lead, and inspire others, making a real difference in their churches and communities. Throughout history, women have taught, prophesied, and led in countless ways. They've shared wisdom, offered encouragement, and boldly proclaimed God's truth, often in the face of great challenges. Yet, when we look at the Bible, we see that God never calls women to serve as elders or priests. This isn't a statement about their worth or abilities, but rather about God's unique design and order for His church. Women are deeply valued and cherished by God. Their gifts, compassion, and leadership are essential to the life of the church, and their influence is felt in countless ways. So, let's take a closer look at some inspiring women from Scripture, women who made a huge impact for God's kingdom, even though they didn't hold official titles like elder or priest. Their stories remind us that God's power works through all who are willing to serve Him. Esther risked her life to save her people, showing courage and faith at a crucial moment. She wasn't seeking a title, she simply obeyed God, and her boldness changed history. Ruth's loyalty to Naomi and her faithfulness in everyday life led her into the lineage of Jesus. Her story proves that God uses ordinary faithfulness for extraordinary purposes. Hannah's desperate prayers led to the birth of Samuel, one of Israel's greatest prophets. She dedicated her son to God, shaping a nation's spiritual future. Hannah's faith reminds us that persistent prayer can move God's heart. Abigail's quick thinking and wisdom saved her household and influenced David, Israel's future king. She didn't have a title, but her courage and discernment made a lasting impact. Abigail shows us that wisdom and action matter more than position. Deborah was not only a judge and prophetess in ancient Israel, but also a remarkable woman of faith and vision. She led the people of Israel with extraordinary wisdom, discernment, and unwavering courage, guiding them through times of uncertainty and conflict. Deborah inspired those around her to trust in God's promises, offering hope and encouragement when it was needed most. Even though she wasn't a priest or an elder, she bravely led her people into battle, showing true leadership and faith, and helped them achieve victory. Deborah's story is a powerful reminder that God chooses women to lead, to speak truth, and to make a lasting impact on their communities and the world. Mary Magdalene was the first to see the risen Jesus and share the news with the disciples. God entrusted her with the gospel message, showing the value of faithful witness. Priscilla, alongside her husband Aquila, taught and shaped early Christian leaders like Apollos. Her wisdom and partnership in ministry made a difference, even without an official title. Priscilla's story highlights the power of teaching and teamwork. Chloe's household supported Paul and helped address issues in the Corinthian church. Her willingness to serve and speak up made a real difference behind the scenes. Phoebe delivered Paul's letter to the Romans and was known for her service and generosity. Though not an elder, she was a trusted servant whose faithfulness blessed the church. Phoebe reminds us that every act of service matters. Philip's 4 daughters were recognized for their prophetic gifts in the early church. Their story shows that God empowers women to speak and serve in unique ways. Women in the early church prayed and prophesied, actively participating in worship and community life. Their voices and gifts were valued, reminding us that God's church is for everyone. Throughout history, women have played a vital and irreplaceable role in God's story. These women were used powerfully by God, though never as elders. Their faith, courage and devotion shaped families, communities, and even nations, showing that God's purposes are fulfilled through many different roles. Their stories show that value isn't about title, but about faithfulness and obedience. Whether serving quietly behind the scenes or leading with compassion, their impact is immeasurable. God honors those who serve with humility and love regardless of position. When we honor God's design, everyone's gifts can flourish. Each person, regardless of gender, brings unique strengths and perspectives that enrich the church and help it grow stronger together. Let's celebrate the courage and impact of these women and step boldly into our own callings. By following their example, we can inspire others and make a lasting difference in our world, honoring God with our lives.